Yeah, hi folks. Now my wife and I have just been on a short trip around New Zealand's Waikato region, and one of the places we visited there was the Kaimanawa Wall near Taupo. Now it seemed to take forever to get there, and that is because there are no really good directions informing people how to get there. So I'll do that for you today. Now before going, I went to the Taupo Information Centre, but the lady there really couldn't tell me any more than I already knew. She wished us well getting there, as the State Highway 5 to Napier was closed. But as I knew that roadblock was at the Napier end, we went anyway. Now on arriving at State Highway 5, we were stopped by a young Maori guy who asked us where we were going. And I replied to Taharua Road, for which he replied, "Sweet as, man." So off we went.
Hi guys, I'm now at the Kaimanawa Wall, the famous Kaimanawa Wall, and my God, it's hard to find. Really hard to find, and I'll give you directions how to get there, exact kilometres and where to go. But if you look at this wall, if you look at the wall, you can clearly see it's man-made. This is not by nature at all. The government wouldn't want to tell you that, that's for sure. But if you come over here, you can see this crack here. This is just shifted by an earthquake or something like that. But you can clearly see the lines along here, right along here. There, you can clearly see the lines. And in this crack here, you can see it on the top of this slab at the bottom here. You can clearly see it's flat, and it's been shaped into this shape. So that one there, I think, is a crack, and then it goes straight through here. This is the actual join down here. You see the join coming straight down here, and it goes straight along, right along here. And I think this is another crack by a tree here. There. And it goes again straight along here, right along here. And you'll notice here, the shape is always, it's been shaped off at the top here. And it goes flat here and shaved off at the top. And it's the same along here. And I think there's one around the corner there somewhere. There's another piece of this, but I'm not sure exactly where. And I'm just going to look for that. Just hold there. No, I can't see any more down there. Somebody else who did another video of this said there's another piece down there, but I couldn't find that. Now, if you look down here, you go down to the bottom here, and if you go scrape right down to the bottom there, if I can get down there. Oh, I can't get to it. It's covered with dirt, but there's a flat. Somebody else, another guy did another video of it. Down here's a flat piece that comes out from that. So the idea that this is a natural thing is absolute bogus. This is absolute real. Wow, I'm so pleased I found this. Really, it took, oh my God, folks, to get here took forever. Now there used to be a dock sign here, but that seems to be taken away now. And on the dock website, they do not give the directions to this, and there's a reason that's obvious for that. It's because they don't want people to see it. But anyway, I'm going to show you exactly how to get here. And good luck finding it when you come here.
Now to the video I was referring to, a much more professional one.
Sitting at the southern part of the Pacific Ocean is New Zealand, which official history tells us it was the last sizable country to be inhabited by humans around 1350 AD. Covered in large tracts of forest, this country still keeps on revealing its secrets. In the middle of the North Island, just southeast of Lake Taupo, was discovered a pile of large rocks beside an old forestry road. They looked pretty regular, and in 1996, archaeologists, experts and historians were interviewed by the media on location.
It's pre-Māori and it's even pre-Waitaha. So the people who were here before the Māori people as we know them today, these are Waitaha, the nation of Waitaha. And I brought the elders here. We came at 4 o'clock in the morning and they came from different parts of the island.
The Waitaha elders?
Yes. They came here in the early morning and they came to this wall and they said, we know these people, but they are way before us.
Lots of prodding and pointing and pontificating about the evenness of these blocks, with government-employed experts saying they are a natural formation and the others saying they are man-made.
It's old rock. It's the probably 300,000-year-old ignimbrite, and the pattern of fissures in it is some of them would have occurred virtually when it was laid down, others have occurred since.
Now you're pretty sure about this, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I think it's the nature of the ignimbrite rock.
This statement is incorrect. A sample of the stone was tested at an Auckland laboratory, analysis of which confirmed the stone is rhyolite and does not naturally occur on the eastern side of Lake Taupo. Further research, however, found the nearest natural occurrence of rhyolite being 16 kilometres away from the stone structure. It would appear that the stones were cut and carried to the present site in the Kaimanawa forest.
I don't think it's got any association with human at all, the site. There's a possibility some blocks of rock that have come off the front of the face have been removed. That's why it's now so vertical, but there's just as good a chance that they're under the ground in front.
To find such even right-angle cracking throughout this wall seems too much of a... It doesn't seem like it can be natural.
20-odd years have passed, and the expanding tree roots have helped by revealing a bit more. We will briefly touch on the so-called regularity of the blocks debate, but focus more on a couple of other aspects since discovered.
Right, well, firstly, we're in the Kaimanawa forest. We're about 26 k's airline from Taupo Township, and we're standing in front of a line of what I call line of blocks, which the discussion is, are they natural or were they put here by human or some kind of interference? And when you start looking at the shape of it, you start thinking to yourself, well, there's got to be a very clever nature at work here, or else this has been worked on. Now, this, of course, this crack here is, from an earthquake or something like that, or the tree above putting its roots down. But these tell the story as far as I'm concerned. And we come through to here, and we've luckily got a tree root that's pushing right down here and has dislodged this corner. So this block here, having moved out, has exposed square edges, and with this little spatula you can feel the square edges there, you can feel the square edges there and the square edges there, and if we want to be really clever we can go to the back where there's another layer of blocks there, and that's all square too. I can't indicate it to you, but we'll see it from the other side. So that tells a big story, and that will gradually fall away, and the story will be expanded, I'm sure. So when we were pulling away the greenery, we noticed a consistent bevel which seemed to run consistently through it. So we made a little bevel square, put that on there, and just to get a rough idea, it's a bit cheek, but we'll go down now about another 10-15 metres and show you another piece of wall, and we'll take the bevel with us. Yes. So now we're 30 paces up from the wall towards the east. That's our bevel square that we took off the other wall. And this is a piece we found here, and I venture to say it's the same. So in finding the bevel, we then found we were standing on a piece of rock face, which was so smooth we couldn't believe our eyes. It was just like it was poured concrete. And I think that speaks for itself.
Exactly. Now, I wish I'd taken more time to find this bit.
Square-edged, everything.
Suddenly, we realised that the lower block had a neatly cut recess, enabling it to slide in under the block above, hence locking in both blocks. The catastrophic eruption and earthquake of 186 AD could have shifted this lower block. Popping up from a fairly flat terrain is this evenly sloped steep mound. We could feel with our prods all the way up this mound, going through the soft ash, then the scraping through a layer of pumice, at times hitting a tree root, then finally always hitting solid rock.
Probing through an area here. It's obviously going down through the pumice a certain distance, and bang, it hits a perfectly level area where it sends a vibration back up through the rod. It makes a kind of a humming sound as we hit something very solid.
And what does the sound of wood, what does wood sound like?
It's like a thud, but it doesn't have the ding. See, and I'm not very deep. See, look at that. See, that's hitting root. If I just go here, hear the difference?
Yep. So, in conclusion, other than the debate on how even the edges are of these stone blocks, there are of course the beveled edges, and with the neatly cut recess in one of the blocks that we saw, it certainly makes one think. We are 99% sure that this is a man-made structure. It was devastated by the Taupo eruption in 186 AD, and even then, it could have been ancient then. With the evenness and depth of hitting stone all the way up this mound, now I'm going to stick my neck out a bit here, but could this be a pyramid, a flat-top pyramid, in the middle of the North Island? In Europe or the British Isles, there would be great excitement and public announcement over the hint of a discovery of something like this. But not New Zealand.
Yeah, of course not. The New Zealand government and iwi want a pretend history. Anyway, now to the directions. Now, the easiest way to start is to go to the corner of Lake Terrace and Napier Road in Taupo. Then drive up Napier Road until you reach State Highway 5 to Napier, and you'll see a Mitre 10 Mega there on your left. Now from there, drive along State Highway 5, 22.8 k's, and turn right into Taharua Road, which is clearly signposted. Anyway, I'll just make that a bit bigger so you can see it a bit better. Then drive along Taharua Road, 9.3 k's, until you see a road on your right. That road is called Clements Mill Rd, which is not signposted. However, you may see a Sika Lodge sign there, if it still exists. Then drive along Clements Mill Road, 11.5 k's, and you'll see Kaimanawa Wall on your left from your car. It's very close to the road. Now please note that Clements Mill Road is mostly gravel. Yeah. Now, folks, I've also given written directions in the description below. And folks, please stay tuned for my next video in which I cover 2 other places we visited on our trip around the Waikato region.